Okay, this is part two, which will be the install of a gas hot water heater. Okay, as you can see, the lines are cut for this is the hot going out, this is the cold coming in. Here's the exhaust. Okay, and then here's the gas line. Okay, I don't know how much you can see on the camera, but I got it on some cinder blocks. Not only does it help vent it better, but that way if you have any kind of flood or anything, it's more likely to not flood the system. As you can see on my old one, the bottom's all rusted out, but it was also because it didn't have the copper tubing coming down for the release valve, so it was dripping down and it was getting caught, pulling up, and then rusting out. So on this one, I'm going to make sure I connect this little piece here. I don't know if it's called a nipple or not, but basically you thread this on here, and you braze or you sweat on a piece of tubing that I'm going to cut, and it comes down 6 inches off the ground. That way there's plenty of direction down so that it can't run along the side. Okay, now here is the drain. Okay, so like I said, alright, now what I'm going to do here, the way it is now, I cut off the old valve for closing and opening it. Alright, so I want to put a new one on. So what I did was I popped these up for now because I want to keep the dirt and stuff out, but I don't want to forget to take them off. So I just put them lifted for now. Now that'll go like that. Then it'll be a piece of copper tubing. Then this piece. And then this will go up on top. I believe it goes this way. I don't know if it matters, as long as I make sure that this valve can open and close fully. There shouldn't be any issues, but that way next time I want to replace it, as you can see, that's not on there permanently, but it'll be like this. That way I can unscrew this in order to take the hot water heater out next time, so there won't be any more cutting. Okay, so that's basically what I'm getting at right now. Okay, so try to keep it so you can see everything here. Alright, now the first piece doesn't necessarily matter how big I cut it, as long as I measure for the last one. Okay, so peace out. Peace out. Okay, so this will go here. Now this gets threaded on with some now this is pipe thread, but this is gas line pipe thread, so I have to go get a different one. This is actually for the gas line, but basically that's what I'll be using. Okay, and then these ones will be sweated on. So go to the first piece. Just take your pipe cutter. Okay, just going to take a little piece here, open this thing up until it fits around. Now, I don't need a very big piece, so a little bit on, so it's a little bit tight here. Go around, tighten a little more, go around, tighten a little more, around, tighten a little more, until it falls off. Okay? Here's one piece. Now I'm just trying to make them relatively the same size just to make it look pretty. You really don't have to do that. It's just something I'm choosing to do. Okay, so now same thing. Go around, tighten, go around, tighten. Oh, tighten, not loosen. Hopefully you can hear me over all the noise going on. My oh, lost it. My furnace keeps kicking on. My dog's running around upstairs. Okay, so I have two pieces. Okay, so like I said, these are going to get sweated on. Now, make sure you have your sandpaper. It's very important that none of this crap gets caught inside of the tubing. You don't want to, be sanding this down and then all these little tiny pieces get everywhere, and then you put it on here and all that goes into your tank. That's no good. You could be drinking it, showering with it, whatever. Okay, so now that's how that first piece will go. Obviously I cut that too long because the next one goes here. And then here's the valve. Alright, this thing doesn't need to be on here anymore. Okay. Okay, now, I guess it's not really too big. Another piece is going to go in there, so now if I measure, get on there. Basically, the top part of the knuckle here to the top part here, I'm going to just shorten it by a tiny bit, but basically about 2 inches. Okay, so I'll go over here, and it's like 2 inches heavy, so I'm going to go 2 inches light. Okay. And where the skinny part of this little circle thing here, I don't even know if you can see me here. I hope you can see me. Right here, this is the cutting part of the tool, so that's where it's going to end up. Okay. Just a little hand tight. I might have gone a little too much on that. Yeah, went a little too much, so I'm going to go around twice before I tighten again. Okay. Alright, so now, like I said, I'm going to sand all these down and everything, but for right now I just want to get them all sized as big as I want them, and then I'll worry about this is just to get all the burrs and whatnot off. Okay, so now hopefully and one thing you never want to do is you never sweat your lines on. Yep, it's going to be too big here. Now we're stuck here. As you can see on this one, just tighten it. There we go. Now, okay, when I tighten this, this piece no longer moves. Okay, that's how I'll be getting it off later. Okay, so this is what you do. And I'm unscrewing the wrong part. Okay, now that way, screw this on here. There we go. Now, as you can see, that'll fit on there. Okay, now I haven't put it on tight because, like I said, you do not raise or sweat anything while it's on here because you don't want to melt any of your plastic components. Okay, so now I also don't want to accidentally forget and sweat this piece on, so I'm going to connect this here so I remember how it goes. Okay, now now the next step. Okay, like I said, these are all set. I'll put that back just for now so it doesn't get any junk in there. Now this should be completely dry. That's why I have this rag here. It seems to be taking forever to drip out of here. Okay, but you don't want any water in there because it'll interfere with the flux, and without the flux the solder won't grab on. Okay, so what you have to do is take your sandpaper. This part is already bought, so that's fine. Okay, take this. Sand this out here. I'm not sure which ones I already did, so I'm just going to do them all again. What?
Did you turn the water back on?
No, John. Right? No. My daughter's trying to have a conversation with me as I'm trying to get all this done. Okay, now, see, as you can see, what I'm doing here is I'm sanding it down until it's nice and shiny. Okay, on both sides. I should have brought some more sandpaper down. Okay. Now I bought this one. You still want to give it a nice sand because you want it to be nice and smooth in here. And you don't want any junk or anything like that on it. This piece, I don't have to do the outside of this one because the inside is where it connects. Okay. Now, some water dripped in this when I had it connected, so I want to make sure that's all out of there. Get it nice and dry there. Okay, so my piece here. Now, like I said, I only did the inside of these to get the burrs off, but the outside is what actually matters on this one because that's the part that's going to connect to the other piece of pipe. Okay. So these pieces are all done. Okay, so now This will be open on the valve. This will be closed. I don't believe it matters which way it goes, but all you have to do is make sure, you know, if I put it out this way, then this handle is going to hit the hole, the pipe. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure before you start brazing and everything that everything's exactly how it's going to go and it's not interfering with anything. Okay. Camera down a little further here. I don't have the best working station down here in my basement. This is not where I usually do my work. Okay. You can buy these flux kits at any hardware store. A little bit of crappy from last time, but it's fine. Okay. So now, this will be pretty simple because I don't have like long pipes to hold on to and all those type of things. It's not really going to be too big of an issue. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just going to do one piece at a time. Okay, so here's the first one. Wish I had a better work surface here. What I am going to have ready is a pair of pliers. Okay, now the reason I'm doing that, I'll this thing out of the way here. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to be picking this up and I certainly don't want to burn the hell out of myself. Okay, so take some flux. Put it along the inside. Okay. Now, you're gonna want to put them on both sides. Okay. Of the of the pipe. Okay. Okay. I'm using MAP gas, but I really recommend that you use propane. It doesn't get as hot. I have to, be cautious with this. I don't want it to get too hot and ruin it. Okay, so nice and hot, and this should suck right in as soon as you go around here. Okay, now gotta be careful because I don't want to ruin that rubber fitting that's there. Okay. I'll let that cool and I'll start on the next one. Okay. As you can see, when I do it, as soon as you touch the solder to the pipe, sucks it right in as long as you have it hot enough. Okay, so one in here. I'm going to do two at a time on this one this time. So that's taking a little while to cool down there. I don't really want to do a 4-hour video here. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to run through this real fast. Get in there. Okay. There we go. I didn't want to go at first. I don't know why. There we go. And as you can see, as soon as I bring my hand away from it, gotta hit it right away because it tries to run away there. I mean, run away. I'm sorry, cool down. Okay, now, as you can see, it's obviously hot, but look like they're pretty good joints there. Well, I don't know if I like this one. Okay, that's much better. Okay. Okay, now I know this is going to go into the top part of where the pipes are, and then this is going to be on the bottom. Okay, so it's just a little bit hot still. Now, the other thing is too is if this is still hot, the flux isn't going to work properly. So you got to make sure that you cool it properly. Okay, some more flux. Yeah, you hear that? Okay. Now, just want to make sure it's on there nice and tight before I start heating it up, because if there's too much gap, it's not going to fit back where I needed it to. Okay. Okay. Now, still hot, but it's not the cleanest, but not too ugly. Now, I hope I didn't ruin that rubber grommet thing there. Got that a little hotter than I should have, so that's why I don't edit my videos, so that you don't make the same mistakes I did. So hopefully I didn't ruin that, and hopefully you don't ruin yours. So we'll leave that for now. Out of the way so we can get the next one started. Okay, now the next step. Okay, obviously I have to do the other side also, but I'm going to shorten this video up. I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood how this goes. Okay, so let's see here if we okay. So now right here, this little vent piece goes on here. Okay. And here, now, take a couple of self-tappers. Oh, that's not a self-tapper. Anyway, some self-tappers. The ones that they have that basically has the end of it has like a little drill bit built into it, and you screw that right into there just to make sure it stays on there tight. Okay. Then, like I said, I'm going to take this pipe, unscrew it right here at the joint, screw the bottom piece on here, and then I'm going to solder the top piece on here. Okay. I keep saying solder. I'm going to sweat it on the same way I did these. They're hot, but they're not bad. Okay. The reason I'm shorting this video is because it's already 25 minutes long. I can get this stupid thing off. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I cannot show you how to do this part because I have to go and buy some more black pipe. Okay. Because on the old one, the way it was, okay, it screws onto here, and then another piece of pipe goes from here and screws into here. So what I'm going to have to do is either cut this pipe and thread it myself and then connect it to here, or I'm going to have to disconnect this by a shorter pipe and then connect it to here. But this nipple needs to stay here. This is the way you get it off, because if this piece is connected to here, then you can't turn this. It won't turn because this is on here. So you turn this instead, and that's how you get it off. Okay? So basically from there, you're just going to, like I said, you're going to connect to here and make sure everything's tight. Now what you do, okay, what you're going to do in here on the pipe that I'm missing, it's stuck on my old one. I can't even show you, it doesn't even matter. Okay, so you just take some, it's joint compound for pipes. This is for, make sure you buy the one that is for gas pipes. Okay, this is not for copper tubing. Make sure it's proper, okay? So then you take this off, and you know, it's one of these like rubber cement type of containers, okay? And all you do, put some on the pipe, screw the pipe in, put some on the pipe, screw the pipe in, put some on the pipe, screw the pipe in, okay? Make sure you do not get the joint compound in here, okay? You don't want that joint compound to go in and then harden up and then clog up the lines, then you're not going to get any gas, okay? So once this is connected to here with the joint compound, okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to take 1 part soap, 15 parts water, mix it together, and you take a little brush or something. I'm just using a little you know, barbecue brush. I don't know where I put it, but you just dip it in there, put it wherever you opened anywhere you open the joint, you put this soap on. That way when you turn on the gas, turning this knob again and let the gas flow through, if you blow any bubbles in that soap, shut off the gas and redo it. That means it's not sealed properly. So that's what this soap is for, to make sure that you're not leaking any gas. Okay? So, like I said, connect here with joint compound connected to here. Okay? Same thing on the top, but with copper. We're not really very hot. Yes, we are. Okay? I'm going to braze it onto here so that now I have a valve now. Now I can shut the water on and off. Right now I have no water in my house because I've shut everything off and I've drained everything in order to put this valve on. Okay, and then I'll never have that problem again. From now on, if I need to replace this hot water heater, just unscrew this bolt right here, pull it out. That's it. And this will pop right off. Okay, so then the other last thing I'm going to do is with some joint compound, the copper stuff, not the one for the gas. Okay, this is going to get screwed onto here. And I'm also going to braze a piece of pipe onto it, and I'm going to cut it somewhere around here so that it comes off 6 inches off the ground. Okay, I apologize that I can't show you this whole process, but it's very simply because I am down a piece of black pipe because it is stuck on the old unit and it will not come off, so I have to buy some new. So instead of making 18 parts to this video, this is basically going to be the end of it. Like I said, don't be afraid to do it. It's very simple. Just get yourself in there and just get it done. Thank you. I hope this has been helpful. Like, comment, share. You put some comments. You know, if I get a chance, I'll answer if you have any questions. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I think the only thing that really scares people is the idea that you're dealing with gas. Don't be afraid. Just make sure the gas is shut off. Thank you. Like, comment, share. Right here. Okay, some Teflon tape. Okay. Now right here. Okay, now I'm going to try it like this. I know that you're not supposed to do this with water on it, but I don't have much of a choice without draining the entire house again. So now what I find is when the end of these get all dirty and mushed up, for some reason they have trouble melting. So I find you just cut the end off. When you heat it up, it seems to work a lot better. Alright, until that water is fully out of there, I thought it was done coming down, but alright, until that water is done coming out of the pipe, it's going to keep coming out, and it's going to cool as I'm trying to, you know, as you can see, I can touch it already. So that has to be fully drained out. Alright, but basically, if you didn't have any leaks, okay, you open both valves, fill up the tank completely first. Do not do anything until this tank is full. Okay? Just spilled my water. Alright, now once you fill it up, you do the soap and water test, and then you open this valve, and then you push this in, push this button in, and hit this one, and wait a couple seconds, hit it, wait a couple seconds, hit it, wait a couple seconds, until this light comes on. When this light comes on and starts blinking, I believe it's every 3 seconds, it's on, you're good, then you can set this to how you want it. Alright, I hope this has been helpful. Do at your own risk. It's not that hard. Just try it.